A man named Zujing is trapped in a new world. This city is divided between the rich and the poor. He has a system that lets him level up endlessly, but his skills seem useless for real combat. Until one day, a starving black cat appears. The creature collapses, but it speaks to him. He spots a strange golden bracelet on its leg. He offers it food and the cat happily accepts. Suddenly, his system extracts a divine essence. A new divine skill is ready to be unlocked. He activates Twin Lives, a skill connecting him to humanity. A pillar of light now connects him to the heavens. He holds the key to his new power in his arms. Back in his apartment, the night grows quiet. He offers the strange cat a proper bowl of food, but the creature turns away in pure disgust. Zujing is baffled by the picky stray. The cat acts as if this food is a cruel punishment. He finally suspects this is no ordinary cat, so he rushes to the kitchen for a better option. Zujing's hands fly across the cutting board. His cooking skill gets a massive boost. He presents a gourmet meal to the picky cat. The creature's eyes sparkle with pure delight. As it eats, his theory is confirmed. This is a human cursed by the golden bracelet. He remembers the system's incredible offer. A divine skill was ready to be unlocked. He accepts the power without hesitation. A golden light erupts, the skill activating in his hand. The golden essence sinks into his palm. The system reveals the skill's passive effect. A second life with a short cooldown. He can't believe he has a revival skill, but the active skill is locked behind a huge cost. He just needs to keep absorbing from the cat. But then he notices the creature's many scars. A wave of guilt hits him hard. He decides to find another way to get power. But he can't just abandon this creature either. Zujing decides to hunt for divine essence clues. He leaves the mysterious creature behind. Alone, the cat's demeanor completely changes. It scans the room with cold, intelligent eyes. Meanwhile, Zujing walks the outer ring's dark streets. This city's poor are trapped in the slums, but Zujing knows a secret path to power. Becoming a martial artist changes everything. Suddenly, a voice calls out his name. Zujing turns, his patience already gone. A gang of thugs threatens him over their boss. Zujing calmly asks them to repeat the name. In a flash, he sends them all flying. The survivors are stunned, unable to track his speed. He closes the distance, landing another heavy blow. The thug is knocked senseless before he can react. He casually tosses a few small pebbles into the air, activating his aim skill to lock onto his targets. The projectiles strike with perfect, painful accuracy, but the last man standing unleashes a monstrous aura. The thug's punch shatters the ground, but Zujing easily dodges. The gang leader is impressed by his nimble opponent. Zujing smirks, realizing this martial artist is a perfect informant. He turns to the remaining thugs with a final warning. One of them is sent flying into a nearby wall. The man immediately surrenders, begging for his life. Zujing is completely unimpressed by their weakness. The leader unleashes his one big move, a storm of energy. He puts all his power into this one final strike. Zujing dodges, and his system activates a new combat skill. His aim skill boosted his vision and punch accuracy. The once mighty leader now grovels at his feet. Zujing leans in, demanding to know his fighting technique. The thug stammers, explaining the basics of internal energy. Zujing demands a teacher, but the thug knows nothing. Zujing isn't falling for his pathetic victim act. He calls out the thug's fearsome but fake reputation. He delivers a final, painful lesson with a threat. He orders the bully to record a public apology at school. The thug breaks down as his humiliation is recorded. Zujing decides to find the answers himself. He leaves the slums behind for the city center. Following his phone, he walks the inner ring streets. His system floods with experience from the battle. He realizes fighting is the fastest way to level up. His search for a teacher leads him to a grand dojo. Inside, a receptionist quiets him for a class. Zujing's eyes lock onto the lesson in progress. An old master explains the secrets of internal energy. This is the exact foundational skill he needs. Zujing charms the receptionist into letting him join. He immediately joins the lesson, following the master's instructions. The receptionist prays for a talented student to show up, but the other students are already gasping for air. Even their best student fails the breathing exercise. The master arrives and she begs for more time to find talent, but the master seems completely uninterested in her excuses. Suddenly, he notices Zujing is still holding on. The technique requires massive lung capacity to even attempt. Inside him, a powerful true chi expands to its limit. He exhales, activating his new internal energy skill. The master is stunned, asking if he feels all right. Zujing feels refreshed, his body glowing with power. They immediately offer him a place in the dojo. Suddenly, a red flash shatters the dojo window. A dark blade slices through an unsuspecting student. A monstrous moth-like creature attacks the students. Panic erupts as the master orders an evacuation. He tells the receptionist to get everyone out safely. The creature's blood-soaked face reveals its true horror. The receptionist freezes as the creature attacks, but Zujing dives in, pulling her to safety. He shields her as they crash to the floor. His heroic rescue earns him a massive charm boost, but Zujing's eyes are locked on the real threat. He remembers the master's lesson on internal energy. This is the perfect chance to test his new skill. The monster charges, a blur of red and black. Zujing meets the attack with a powered-up fist. The blow creates a massive shockwave, but he wonders if it's enough. He decides to focus all his power. His internal energy condenses into a single point. He unleashes a new skill, Inch Force. The creature is blasted across the dojo. It explodes against the wall in a flash of light. Zujing dusts off his hands, calling it weak. The receptionist is smitten, but the master fears for his body. But from the wreckage, something begins to rise. The monster stands, completely unfazed by the attack. Zujing smirks, promising the same result. He gathers all his chi into one final fist, but the monster vanishes, leaving him confused. It reappears as a crimson blur of motion. Zujing realizes he's pushed his body too far. Suddenly, a blade of blue light cuts in. The attack slices the creature clean in half. He's stunned by the sudden, powerful intervention. A new player introduces herself as a squad captain. The White Crow squad captain takes control of the scene. Zujing wonders just how powerful this organization is. The captain is stunned a teenager could wound the beast. She immediately decides she has to recruit him. She hands him a card, offering him answers. Zujing accepts, intrigued by the mysterious woman. The meeting is set for a library's 7th floor. He leaves the dojo, brushing off the staff's concerns. The receptionist begs him to return tomorrow, but the master knows his talent is too great. As he walks, his system floods with new experience. He feels refreshed, his power growing with every step. His system confirms the new skill, Inch Force. It's a technique for shattering any defense. Zujing is already addicted to the feeling of power, but he decides to rest and not push his luck. Night falls over the city's outer rim. He walks home, pondering this world's dark secrets. Finally, he arrives back at his apartment. He checks his phone and sees something strange, finding the cat messing with his computer. The creature plays innocent, but Zujing isn't buying it. Zujing is too tired to deal with this now. He collapses onto the bed, utterly exhausted. But then the cat catches the scent of blood. It realizes he must have been in a fight. Its claws extend, eyes glowing with fury. The creature pounces, demanding to know what happened. It reveals its name, Ning Fengwen, a sect leader. Zujing smirks, confirming he knew it could talk. He simply rolls over, ignoring its frantic plays. Morning light streams into the quiet apartment. A good night's sleep fully restores his health. Ning Fengwen asks about the monster he fought. Over breakfast, Zujing calmly confirms her suspicions. She seems troubled by monsters appearing in the city. He reaches out to pet the worried sect leader, casually thanking Wanner for her concern. The sudden affection leaves her completely flustered. She demands respect, but he just keeps teasing her. Then he confronts her about messing with his phone. The cat is caught, panicking at the accusation. She reveals the bracelet is a powerful divine relic. Zujing holds her tail, inspecting the strange object. He recalls the legend of a dead god's remains, which scattered across the world as divine relics. Now he understands how he absorbed its divine essence. Ning Fengwen complains about him squeezing her tail. He asks if she's trying to learn how to use it. She denies it, saying she just wants it off. A knowing smile crosses Zujing's face. She reveals she led a powerful sect before being betrayed and cursed by the relic. A flashback reveals a brutal, personal betrayal. She was struck down by her own people. Her sect fell into the hands of her enemies, and once she's free, she vows bloody revenge. Zujing questions her plan to find answers, but the proud sect leader already has a strategy. Her grand plan is to make Zujing powerful. She believes his strength will attract other relic holders. Zujing smirks, telling her they've already arrived. She offers to introduce him to the best dojo. She suggests a place called Hidden Dragon Dojo. He remembers it as the city's most expensive dojo, but he also recalls its terrible online reviews. Ning Fengwen dismisses the reviews as weak complaints. The only way in is to challenge them directly. She calls him naive, explaining it's just an interview. She explains the dojo's hierarchy of power. True martial arts require an invincible fighting spirit. A challenge is the ultimate test of that spirit. With that, she leaves him to prepare for tomorrow. The next day, Zujing arrives at the infamous dojo. He's welcomed into the legendary Hidden Dragon Dojo. A student greets him with a friendly handshake, but the firm grip reveals a hidden test. He channels his true chi into the handshake. The man's hand is crushed and he begs for mercy. The other students laugh at their overeager friend. but then the dojo's direct disciples arrive. Even the reclusive old master makes an appearance. Zujing is stunned to see Ning Fengwen on his lap. A single word from the master silences the entire dojo. He asks if Zujing is the one challenging them. Zujing confidently confirms that he is. The master scoffs, questioning if he's even qualified. Zujing checks his system, his combat skills are still low. The master decides to test him with questions instead. A powerful aura fills the room as the interrogation begins. But the questions become strangely personal and invasive. The master laughs, calling him his future son-in-law. Zujing is stunned and even Ning Fengwen is flustered. A young woman steps forward, demanding a fight. Her eyes gleam with a challenger's spirit. She takes a fighting stance, promising to go easy. Zujing calmly accepts the unexpected challenge. The other students are sure he's about to lose. Ning Fengwen protests, confused by the sudden violence. The granddaughter lunges forward with a warning. Ning Fengwen screams his name in a panic. A strange energy pattern forms around her fist. She unleashes a blindingly fast punch, but Zujing catches her fist with one hand. In a single motion, he throws her to the ground. She's knocked senseless by the powerful throw. His perfect grappling stuns the other disciples. The master laughs, praising Ning Fengwen's choice. His system floods with experience from the fight. The master declares he has what it takes. He happily asks Zujing to call him master. Zujing is stunned by the sudden acceptance. He bows and the disciples welcome their new brother. His new senior sister, Zhu Shanying, warns him not to get cocky. Zujing politely thanks her for the guidance. A staff member offers to register young Master Zhu. The master explains his new status demands respect, but Zujing is completely awkward with the title. The woman teases him, suggesting Lord Jing instead. They head to a private lounge to finish the process. He tells Ning Fengwen the fight was too easy, but she reveals his opponent is much stronger. A stat screen shows her power dwarfs his own. Ning Fengwen explains he only won because she was careless, but Zujing knows it was just luck. She asks where he was all night. He stayed at the dojo, training relentlessly. The staff hands him his official ID card. The next day, rumors of his training spread. His stats skyrocket from the all-night session. The master pushes him to keep going. Zujing pushes through the pain, determined. With one final push, he breaks through to level 3. Zujing collapses, completely drained from the training. The master praises him as his strongest disciple ever. He's promised a chance to learn the dojo's secret style. Zujing eagerly asks when he can start learning. The master offers his hand for another test. Zujing grips his hand, expecting another spar. But the master's eyes glow with immense power. A massive wave of true chi pours into his body. He's completely overwhelmed, unable to resist the flow. The master asks about his past, but Zujing plays dumb. The master denies anything is wrong with him. In fact, his body is perfectly balanced. He's a natural prodigy, a martial arts genius. Zujing asks to learn the secret technique now, but the master warns his body is too injured. Zujing demands to know what he should do. He's sent to the lounge to rest and recover. Night falls over the hidden Dragon Dojo. In his room, he calls for the visitor to enter. His senior sister arrives to treat his injuries. Zujing worries she's here for payback after their fight, but she just smiles, telling him to take his shirt off. He follows her order and she praises his physique. As he lies down, his charm stat skyrockets, but he senses something is off as she prepares. With a sly smile, she tells him not to move. He walks away, realizing the treatment was a brutal lesson. The intense session pushed him to a new level. He remembers his meeting with the White Crow Squad. He assumes they're just a special police force. Zujing arrives at the King Cheng Library for his meeting. The 7th floor is completely deserted until a voice calls his name. He turns, his eyes sharp and alert. A blonde woman introduces herself, but she's not the captain. She explains this is an unofficial meeting, as she's an informant. After seeing him, she's convinced he's the real deal. With a confident smile, she offers him a place on the team. But Zujing isn't impressed, demanding a reason to join. She knows exactly what he wants, information on divine relics. That single phrase is enough to make him listen. She asks how he knows about divine relics. Zujing refuses to answer, his guard is up. She pours him a drink, changing the subject. The informant offers him a simple cup of water. He takes a sip, expecting nothing special. Zujing is confused, it's just plain water. But then she pours it into an ornate teapot, and then back into his cup, a strange ritual. He's baffled by her strange demonstration. He cautiously takes another sip from the cup. He's shocked to find the water is now sweet. She explains that 287 years ago, God died. Or more accurately, all the gods died in a flash of light. The scattered light particles were called God's blood. This divine substance inhabited objects and living beings. Anything it touched became what they call a divine relic. He asks to see it, still skeptical of her trick. The moment he touches it, his system absorbs divine essence. He's finally gathered enough to unlock his active skill. He asks about its function, still absorbing its power. The informant teases him, amused by his inexperience. He realizes the teapot holds an infinite supply of water. His system confirms he has enough to activate his skill. She explains these relics defy the laws of this world. Zujing wonders if relics power the entire inner ring. But she dismisses his theory. Relics are simply irrational. He asks why she's sharing these secrets with him. She knows he fought a monster without any fear. She officially invites him to join her corporation. His cool facade shatters as he begs to join her team. He swears total loyalty to this dream organization. He knows this is his ticket to unlimited power. Divine relics are the only source of divine essence. He boasts he'll soon be completely unbeatable. The informant pulls out an official contract. She offers him the employment agreement to sign. He scans the document, noting the confidentiality clause. But a death and disability clause catches his eye. She explains relics are graded by their danger level. The highest level threats are handled by the government. Zujing questions her motives, finding the offer suspicious. But the informant knows something he doesn't. She says the relic came into contact with him. He's confused by her strange choice of words. She reveals that divine relics possess a will. They actively seek out people who attract them. Some humans can naturally draw relics to them, and she believes he is one of them, possessing the same rare constitution as her. The massive salary confirms just how valuable he is. Zujing signs the contract, claiming it's all for the relics. He slides the signed paper across the table with a smirk. The informant smiles, welcoming him to her team. With his new life set, school is the last thing on his mind. He quickly texts a friend to call him in sick. His only goal is to get strong enough to go home. Back in the slums, he prepares to test his new power. He activates the Twin Lives skill, unlocking its active ability. The system offers him a choice of stats to double. He weighs his options, dismissing defense and strength. He chooses to double his speed, but first needs a baseline. He eyes a streetlight 100 meters away. With a burst of energy, he sprints down the road. His phone clocks him at just over 10 seconds. Not bad, but now it's time for the real test. He gets into position, calling on his new power. A golden aura erupts as he activates the skill. He becomes a blur, cutting his time exactly in half. For normal people, training yields small gains, but breaking human limits is nearly impossible. In a close quarters fight, one mistake means death. With Twin Lives active, his speed is impossible to predict. This sudden burst guarantees a finishing blow. It's a divine skill that ignores all physical laws. He's eager to test its limits again, but the system reveals a massive cooldown. The skill was active for a mere 20 seconds. He has no idea when it will recover. For now, he decides to head home. His body aches after a full day of training. His vision blurs, his body at its limit. He collapses in the stairwell, completely unconscious. Morning light wakes him from his exhausted sleep. His phone reveals he slept for 6 hours. He has no memory of passing out here. The system reveals the skill's massive 6-hour cooldown. A text from his senior sister snaps him awake. He bolts, realizing he's late for training. He races back to the hidden Dragon Dojo. Zujing slides into the dojo just in time. His senior sister calls him out for a stretch. She tells him he's arrived just in time. She pulls him forward, suggesting a demonstration. The other students are sure he's going to lose. But Zujing knows this is about her wounded pride. He accepts, activating his Twin Lives skill. She lunges forward, her eyes filled with focus. Her attack is a blur of blinding speed. But he catches her wrist, stopping her cold. In one move, he slams her to the ground. She's completely baffled, unable to process her defeat. Zujing coolly thanks her for letting him win. The other students watch in stunned silence. His system floods with a massive EXP boost. He realizes the system judged him as her equal. His Twin Lives skill is more terrifying than he imagined. A senior student invites him to practice a new technique. Zujing politely accepts his senior brother's offer. But as they enter the training room, something is off. His senior is stunned. Zujing is already mastering the technique. His senior brother is stunned by his dragon chi. He recalls a legend of the ultimate body, a state of being known as the treasure body. This ultimate form has 5 legendary states, but he dismisses it as an impossible myth. Zujing, however, believes he can achieve it. His senior jokes that he could become a legend. He introduces him to the dojo's strongest disciple. A powerful fighter shatters the air around him. Zujing's eyes gleam with a new challenge. His senior brother screams at the sudden destruction. Shards of glass litter the dojo floor. He introduces the dojo's most formidable disciple. This fighter is a muscle maniac with strange quirks. Apparently, he prefers crashing through windows. Zujing's eyes widen with a new understanding. The man jumped all the way from the ground floor. The senior brother asks what he wants, but the muscle-bound fighter seems to have forgotten. He prepares to leave the same way he arrived. His senior explains the dojo's secret style is energy shaping. Zujing realizes it's not just power but control. A new path to power opens up before him. He decides to combine this new idea with his aim skill. Hours later, he begins to focus his energy. He channels his chi, trying to give it form. His aim skill activates, his eye glowing blue. A tiny spark of energy erupts from his hand. He realizes this is far deadlier than throwing pebbles. His senior brother applauds his incredible talent. The master praises his insane talent with internal force. He offers Zujing a mysterious golden pill. Zujing accepts the strange, glowing medicine. He swallows the pill without a second thought. The master's eyes glow, unleashing a wave of power. His vision blurs, his mind suddenly overwhelmed. He's transported to a strange, ethereal plane of light. A massive golden dragon of pure energy materializes. A voice commands him to open his eye. His eye opens, now glowing with draconic power. He stares at the golden scales on his arm. But back in reality, his chi is rampaging wildly. The pill's power surges chaotically through his body. He takes a deep breath, trying to regain control. He uses a new art to tame the dragon's energy. He holds his breath, focusing all his will. His mind clears, entering a state of pure focus. Golden claws slash through his spiritual plane. The massive golden dragon finally reveals itself. It tells him his only path forward is training. The dragon's power floods his spiritual core. His system unlocks a new skill, visualization. The golden light fades from his eyes. He's back in reality just in time. The master praises his incredible talent with dragon chi. He explains it's a power born from emotion. Raw feelings like anger can amplify one's power. The dojo's style uses both active and still chi. Mastering both makes a fighter truly unstoppable. But the master says he's already a natural. Zujing wonders if he's already mastered the essence. He recalls the state of pure, focused meditation. Suddenly, his mind is flooded with light. Knowledge from his past life rushes back to him. He tells the master he's become much smarter. His emotions are stable, his imagination stronger. He can perfectly visualize the golden dragon's form. This is the true power of the visualization skill. The master orders a woman to spar with him. She chokes on her food, caught completely off guard. The master introduces King Jio, his best disciple. Zujing wonders how she compares to his other seniors. She gestures for him to come forward and fight, but she throws him across the room in a flash. He lands on his feet, ready for another round. The master laughs, teasing him for staring. Zujing wonders if she's stronger than his system. He charges again, promising to use everything he has. They trade blows in a blur of motion. She lands a solid kick, sending him flying. His eye glows, his resolve hardening for the fight. The force of their clash shakes the entire building. Windows shatter from the sheer pressure of their spar. He dodges her punch, countering with a swift kick. His foot connects, a solid and painful blow. She digs in, unleashing her own powerful. But Zujing feels something strange in the exchange. Suddenly, the master's hand stops her cold. He declares the training session is over for today. The master says she's hungry and sends her away. Zujing asks why his senior sister is always silent. The master promises to explain her tragic past later. He asks if the intense training paid off. Zujing is exhausted but feels incredibly alive. His stats have skyrocketed from their intense spar. Later that night, he heads back to his apartment. He arrives with fried chicken for Ning Fengwen. But the apartment is empty and strangely quiet. A strange light glows from under the bathroom door. He realizes Ning Fengwen must be locked inside. He remembers her enemies and fears the worst. He smashes through the door, screaming her name. But she's just taking an innocent bubble bath. The flustered sect leader screams for him to get out. He offers a hand, tempting her with fried chicken. Her eyes swirl at the mention of the food. He joins her, washing the tiny sect leader's head. Her mind breaks and his charm stat skyrockets. Suddenly, the divine relic on her tail erupts with light, and her paw presses against his bare chest. A blinding flash of light erupts from the relic. His eyes widen, caught in the brilliant light. He finds Ning Fengwen back in her cat form. She explains she reverted after calming down. He reaches out to comfort the frustrated sect leader, but she angrily swats his hand away. He sighs, understanding her embarrassment. He offers a new lead on divine relics, but her eyes sparkle at the thought of revenge. She imagines a future where she's back in control. The flustered sect leader can't even look at him. Zujing lets out a long, exhausted sigh. Morning light fills the quiet apartment. A good night's rest levels up his health cultivation. He glances over at the sleeping sect leader. A sudden notification buzzes on his phone. The informant texts him it's time for his first job. He smiles, eager to finally get to work. He arrives back at the King Cheng library for the job, but the informant, Wu Yaoqing, is nowhere in sight. He only sees a quiet girl with glasses, but then a sudden realization hits him. The girl is Wu Yaoqing, his informant. With a smile, she takes off her glasses. Her entire presence changes in an instant. She's impressed he could even see her. Zujing is caught completely off guard. She clears her throat, a little flustered. He quickly pretends to look somewhere else. The glasses are a relic that hides her. He asks if hiding is the relic's only power. She explains they suppress her presence for a dazzling reveal. He's relieved it was the relic, not him. He changes the subject, asking about his first mission. She hands him a C-grade mission, an unusual assignment. The target is a relic that amplifies primal desires. Its wearer is driven to possess any handsome man she sees. He realizes the glasses are specifically for him. His dazzling reveal will completely overwhelm the target. She tells him he's the only one for the job. Zujing realizes he's being used as bait, but he sees a chance to drain 2 relics at once. He imagines the power of his reveal after years. He's lost in a vision of ultimate power. He asks if the glasses are hers, but they're borrowed. He's shocked to learn there are other relic companies. He assumed their company was the only one, but she compares their work to being street cleaners. She explains there are thousands of known relics, each one a strange object with untold power. Relics can appear anywhere, far too many for one company. And this dangerous work isn't for just anyone. The government simply outsources the work to them. She warns him to be careful of rival companies. Zujing understands the unspoken threat, but first she wants to test the glasses' effect. He removes them, absorbing their divine essence. Her heart pounds, completely caught off guard. His system confirms the glasses work perfectly. With that, they head out to the mission location. On the way, Zujing studies the mission file. The target is a gang leader named Lu Huiying. She's a classic underworld boss ruling the nightlife. The relic gave her the power to build her own gang. She terrorizes the district, draining men of their vitality. Her crown relic constantly amplifies her desires. The stronger her desires, the more powerful she becomes. If left unchecked, her power will grow infinitely. The plan is simple, just remove the crown. He arrives, still absorbing power from the glasses.